General Hospital sees Willow Tate in crisis right now, and Victor Cassadine holds her life in his hands. While they're not in each other's sphere of influence, one of his kidnapped victims, Liesl Obrecht, is key to Willow's survival on the ABC soap opera. Check out the video below and listen along with our podcast as you check out the fate of sweet Willow as wicked Victor puts her life at risk with his awful antics on GH. Hey there, General Hospital fans. We have something we really need to talk about, and that's the fact that Victor Cassadine now holds Willow Tate's life in his hands. Even though these two have nothing to do with each other, and it's all about the fact that he kidnapped Liesl Obrecht from the nurses' ball. There's a whole lot of history wound up in this. If you are a newer watcher, you may not know all of this, but there are very definite reasons that Victor took Liesl and what he plans to do with her. And if he does what he wants to do with her, then Willow Tate is gonna be in big trouble, because it seems a long shot that Victor will leave Liesl alive. Now he has been left for dead by her before. And if Victor Cassadine is serving revenge cold, in this case he's serving it ice cold, because it has been almost 9 years since she left him for dead. If you were watching back in the Crichton Clark days, you'll remember this little bit of history I'm about to drop on you. That was back when Fao Penglis played the role of Victor Cassadine. That was way before Charles Shaughnessy took on the role. And what had happened then was, this was around the time when Victor had been running the WSB, but he was corrupt. And then he was doing stuff at Crichton Clark Clinic, which had all these shady quasi-science project things going on at the time. That was also where Lulu was captive, and they were trying to do stuff with embryos with her back then. It was just a creepy, creepy place. And so the history before that is pre-2014. Liesl and Victor Cassadine had been involved romantically, and they had been sleeping together off and on for some time. But she was mostly using Victor to get information about Cesar Faison. If you don't remember this, for years and years, Liesl was madly in love with Cesar Faison, but he always had this burning obsession for Anna Devane, and that's what made Liesl hate Anna for so long, and that was back when Liesl was just a straight bad girl criminal, so this is all part of the same story. Cesar Faison and Liesl had a son, Nathan West, but she'd given Nathan to her evil sister, Madeline Reeves, to raise. And she had hidden him his entire life from Faison. And so this is the big deal about what happened with her and Victor that has him so on fire. So then Liesl, while she was at Crichton Clark, lied and told Victor that Nathan was his son. But Victor didn't believe her because he just knew she liked to routinely lie to him. And so he ran a DNA test between him and Nathan, and knew that he was not Nathan's father. That really only left one other candidate, which was Faison, but the bottom line was Liesl did not want the secret getting out. She would rather people think that Nathan was Victor Cassadine's son, and so she shot Victor in the chest and left him for dead. And then Crichton Clark exploded. That was in 2014. We didn't have any inkling of him being alive until 2021. It was around then that he kidnapped Liesl and had her brought to him, and he had Scotty Baldwin thrown out of the airplane, so he did put a parachute on him, which that's pretty nice for Victor. But the bottom line is he is still angry at her for lying about Nathan. He's angry she shot him and left him for dead. Right now, Victor Cassadine is looking for this big mass revenge scheme, so if he had his henchmen steal Liesl out of the magic vanishing cabinet at the 2023 nurses' ball. And then the last we saw of her, she was in the trunk of a car. And now she's been transported over to the haunted star where Victor has her. He's stolen little baby Ace Cassadine, and he lured Spencer Cassadine there. And he is now cast off into the deep waters off of Port Charles. He's about to do bad things because he also has the Ice Princess necklace. So the big problem is that Willow Tate, who's not even on his radar, is sick. Willow has stage 4 leukemia. Now Willow is actively dying, and Willow does not have a lot of life left in her. Of course, Liesl Obrecht is her great aunt because Willow's biological mother is Nina Reeves, and Liesl is her aunt. So Dr. O came up as a biological match to be a donor to Willow Tate, and she went through all the medical screening. Even with her age and a couple of health conditions, they decided she could donate to save Willow. But Victor stole her the night before she was going to donate her bone marrow to help cure her great-niece Willow's blood cancer, which is what leukemia is. This is all super bad, but Victor Cassadine doesn't care about that. He doesn't even likely know about it, and even if he did know, he wouldn't care about Willow. Recall he just shot Anna Devane and left her for dead. He's hoping that she's dead, and if not for the skill of surgeons at General Hospital, she might well be dead. But right now, Liesl is unconscious, but we are certain that when she wakes up, she is gonna want to be released so she can head back to GH, and so she can donate her bone marrow to save Willow Tate. But she may not get that chance to save Willow. And it's really scary because a lot of people are worried Willow Tate is gonna die, and things definitely look drastic because unless he lets Liesl go, then it seems like there's little hope for Willow. So everybody was feeling very good about her being the bone marrow match for Willow. Now, Victor Cassadine holds Willow's life in his hands. He has several lives in his hands, in fact. Victor Cassadine has Spencer, he's got Liesl, and he's got little Ace Cassadine. Plus, there's rumored to be a stowaway on the ship. Now it's not clear who that might be because there were several people around that might be following him. Like Drew Kane, for instance, is supposed to be keeping an eye on Victor. And then Trina was very upset about Spencer walking out of the nurse's ball. Maybe she followed him. Hopefully it's somebody a little more dangerous than Trina that's on the Haunted Star, but we'll know who it is pretty soon. But the bottom line question is, will Victor Cassadine let Liesl Obrecht make this bone marrow donation to save Willow Tate's life? It seems unlikely. However, now that he's shot Anna, the WSB is gonna be actively after him, so is the PCPD, and they do know that he left Port Charles. The question is, do they know he's on the Haunted Star? Surely they'll know soon enough, and whoever stowed away on the boat, hopefully they have their cell phone. So what do you think? Is Willow Tate dead meat now that Victor Cassadine holds her fate in his hands? Could be. Be sure to follow our podcast on Spotify or any streaming platform that you prefer, and check out our spoilers videos on our YouTube channel. General Hospital, next week's spoilers find Spencer Cassadine and his love Trina Robinson in for a shock in the week of January 2 to 6, 2023. Also, someone's on the defense and another is close to losing it all on GH. See what's to come next week with all new spoilers for the ABC daytime drama. On GH next week, Monday is preempted. Then, when fresh episodes return, the hook attacks again. After that, Spencer Cassadine, Nicholas Chavez, is in shock. Then, Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, questions their whole mission. Spoilers suspect Britt Westburn, Kelly Thebaud, is the next victim. If so, it will cause Spencer and Trina to doubt that Esme Prince, Avery Kristen Pohl, is the killer. Then, Spencer and a stunned Trina must rethink their clever plan. And Trina makes a decision. Later, Dan Falconeri, Dominic Zampragna, grills a patient at General Hospital, most likely the person who was attacked. Then, tragic news gets out. Spencer Cassadine is in disbelief, as is Trina. So there's a good chance that Britt will die. If so, Spencer will be devastated. But then, Trina Robinson will be there to comfort him. And spoilers tease that Trina may share a kiss with Spencer. Elsewhere, Liesl Obrecht, Kathleen Gaddy, takes on a mission. Perhaps she vows to find Britta's killer. Elsewhere, Nicholas Cassadine, Marcus Coloma, opens up to Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst. Then, they try to figure out what's next. Chances are, Esme is on the loose, and they need to find her. Hint, General Hospital spoilers. So they turn to Kevin Collins, John Lindstrom, for help. New spoilers tell us Heather Weber, Allie Mills, defends her choices. Most likely, Ryan Chamberlain, also John Lindstrom, finds out she's working with the PCPD. Indeed, he'll be livid. But of course, Heather is playing the cops. She has no intention of helping them find her secret daughter, Esme. So she'll likely fill Ryan in on her plan on General Hospital. Elsewhere, Ava Jerome, Maura West, gets a visit from Laura Spencer, Jenny Francis. Also, Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, gets a new client. And Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, gets help from Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner. GH spoilers for next week find Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, celebrating with Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright. Elsewhere, Cameron Weber, William Lipton, bonds with Scott Baldwin, Kin Schreiner. Then, Carly comforts someone. Plus, Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, gets a phone call that could change everything. And Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, goes off on Nick. GH is fire next week. Don't miss it to see what's in store for Trina Robinson and Spencer Cassadine on the ABC soap.